Decks used in today's intuitive reading are the Moonology Oracle cards, Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards, Old Gold Tarot deck, the Romance Angels Oracle card, pocket size edition. Hello everyone, welcome to today's intuitive reading. The question is, what is happening for you in the month of August 2025? Now, I do intend for the majority of my videos to be timeless, but this specific video is in regards to what is happening in the month of 2025, or if you were to come across this video after August 2025, take what resonates, but what can be expected in the month of the year that you're watching this, or during the summer season if you live on the side of the world, which I do, where I live in the United States, or under the Leo and Virgo zodiac signs. And speaking of Leos, my furry black and white little Leo child, whose birthday is August 5th, came inside meowing to remind me of his existence. So I'm just kidding, but yes. Just also wanted to give a shout out, wishing anybody who is a Leo or a Virgo sun sign happy early birthday, and may you make the most of your birthday this new year, as well as hopefully you have an amazing August 2025. So I did go ahead and post on my YouTube channel here, which is now known as Jenna and Aquarius. I'm very excited about that. And I also did pin a comment on the YouTube short that was intended originally to correspond with this reading. Long story short, in case you did not hear, or you may have seen the YouTube short and you're like, where is the video? Pretty much I did intend to do it, and actually I did. And what I decided to do was kind of take like a break in between and allow like the messages to come to me and even like jot them down. And so I did that like 2 days, let that sit. And then on Monday, which was one of my days off, I spent about a good 4 hours filming it. And I also decided to break up every single pile and section into groups instead of pausing the video, as what I am doing right now. So that way, like, in case I needed to edit or whatnot, which was my intent, I could do so. And then I spent another 2 to 3 hours yesterday putting the video together to make it more professional, appealing, you know, cropping, cutting, editing. I was so very excited. And then I was like, all right, it's time to, you know, save it and upload it into YouTube. And my iPhone, which is what I film this on and do my editing on at the moment, reminded me that my iPhone storage was almost full, which I was actually kind of surprised, because I was like, I have 128 gigabytes. I don't really have that much on here. I was like, all right, well, let me offload what apps I don't need and delete, you know, any large attachments or things that could be holding space, so that I'm able to download my video and upload to YouTube. So I was really excited to just get it out there already. And in the process of me doing that, I ended up deleting all the clippings of the video for the reading before actually saving the video I had put together on the iMovie app. And so when the time came for me to save it, after I had to like not only clear out my storage but update my phone software, it kindly reminded me that yeah, you're missing like almost all of these videos. We cannot find it. All that was saved was like my introduction and the decks used. And so it has been, well, sad to say that it was not meant to be. And yes, I was definitely disappointed because I was like, wow, all that time I spent, you know, like getting ready, like, you know, filming everything, you know, cutting and cropping. But I also trust that there was a reason for that. And so again, take what resonates. And so we are doing a new take on that. But I did want to incorporate the 4 original cards corresponding with the 4 original piles, which you do see in front of you. So again, we have pile number 1, which is the full moon in Leo with your affirmation, go wild. Pile number 2 with the new moon in Leo with your affirmation of shine. Pile number 3 with the full moon in Virgo, your affirmation of take inspired action. And pile number 4 with the first quarter moon in Virgo, and your affirmation is assess the situation. So maybe you already have a pile, you may be coming from that YouTube short, or maybe you just always go with a specific number. Take whatever resonates. For others, you guys, maybe you're like, hey, I'm a Leo, I'm a Virgo, so I'm gonna swing one way or another way, and based off the moon phase that is calling for you. If not, my message is for you to close your eyes. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, clear out everything, and call in what pile is the message for you. And, or what I always like to do is that I will like close my eyes and put my finger on the cursor. If you're watching this on your phone, if you're watching this on like a computer or tablet device, depending if it's touchscreen or not, you can do this as well, or use the mouse, and you can have your finger on the cursor and have it guide along until it stops, and that could be where your message or additional message is for you. So I'm going to allow you guys to take a moment to choose a pile if you have not selected one already. In the meanwhile, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who does take the time to watch this video, whether you are returning or new. However you found this video, trust that this came on your path for a reason. Again, these are general, so do take what resonates and leave what doesn't behind. If it does not fit, it's not for you. Like what they say, when you know, you know. And not everything is going to pertain to everybody's situation. If a lot of the messages that come across in your pile do hit the head right on the nail, then that is even more confirmation for you. If not, then just take the majority of it. If it doesn't feel right, I would try to either revisit it or try a different pile. Or maybe my message for today or my YouTube channel is not meant for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a moment here. Remember, this is a general pick a card reading for what's happening in August of 2025. Again, this is not a timeless reading. I do intend for it to be for the month of August 2025, or the August that is coming up in the year that you do come across this, and or under the zodiac signs Leo and Virgo. Okay, so hopefully you guys did choose your pile. I will put the timestamps in the description box below, so you're more than welcome to go ahead and click that. Also, just to save time, which is going to be a quick reading, very, very quick, I already went ahead and like shuffled the cards and lay them out. I do not know what's underneath all the piles there, and the way that they look is how I felt guided to do it. It's not any aesthetic look, it's just how it came across. I also went ahead and pulled any love messages that may or may not pertain to the piles. I'm not sure yet if I will actually do like a separate part to this video or not. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. If you like it, my stuff, my content, go ahead and leave me a comment below. Let me know. You can put the like, you can even hit the subscribe button. And if you are interested in possibly receiving an intuitive reading, I would love to do one for the first 3 comments. And then you can just ask a question, a big significant question. And what I will do is, if it's all right with you and you feel comfortable, I will go ahead and do those first 3 messages in the next 1 or 2 videos from now. And I will give you guys 5 minutes after the cards for free. Also, I'm thinking about doing a pick a card like live, or a like live reading session where I will not only give away free readings but also offer readings for a donational gift. But okay guys, what's happening in August 2025? Let's go. I'll see you at your pile. Alrighty, this is those who were drawn to pile number 1 with full moon in Leo. Your affirmation is go wild. This is what you can expect is happening for you during the month of August 2025. So let's get right into it. Alrighty, pile number 1. So here are your cards. We have New Moon in Virgo, Trust All Will Be Well, A Time to Give Rather Than Take, New Moon in Virgo. Last quarter moon in Pisces, Talk Less, Feel More. Prosperity Lies Ahead with New Moon in Taurus. New Moon in Cancer with the message Relax. And Balance, Spirituality, and Practicality with Full Moon in Pisces. So right away, some zodiac signs that I am getting that are maybe pertaining to either you, somebody else involved in what's going to be significant in regards to what's happening for you in the month of August 2025. Again, take what resonates. We do have Leo here, Virgo, Pisces. I also do see Cancer, Taurus. So definitely a lot of earth and water, which is also, you know, like stability, financial, you know, coming from a more logical place, slow moving. And then we have water, which is your emotions, your intuition, dreamy kind of feel to it, the romanticizing part of you. And that could be not like the medium, I guess, in regards to speed. And then of course Leo here, which is our dominant, is going to be the fiery, passion, creative, faster moving of these signs. So again, take what resonates. If it doesn't pertain to you, then don't worry about it. And also a number 22 and or 22 can be of significance, which, you know, is having to deal with partnerships as well. But anyways, so what I'm seeing here is that we have quite a bit of energy here pertaining to new beginnings with 4 new moons. Then we do have 2 full moons, which is the time when things can become illuminated, a time to let go, things coming to full circle. And then we also do have the last quarter moon as well. So right away, what I am seeing with this pile is we have 4 cards having to do with the new moon phase, which is the start of the new lunar cycle. It's a time of new beginnings, a time to make your wishes and plant your intentions deep into your heart's desires, the universe, God, source, whatever resonates for you. Then we do have 2 cards here with full moon, which is the time when you will experience a climax, as well as things can become illuminated. For some, maybe things appear bigger than what they really are, and also helps to encourage you to let go if that is what's called for. And then we do have the 1 card of the last quarter moon, which is 7 to 10 days after the full moon, and it is a time to let go, to release and surrender for anything that did not work out. So with the full moon in Leo, go wild as your predominant card energy. Your affirmation is, I live in the present and release all past pain. So the message associated with that is this is more of you stepping into August 2025. Whatever happens, it's going to be different for everybody. Take this as it resonates. And this is a time to kind of just, not so much go with the flow, but yes, but kind of just surrender and like let go and like just trust that whatever is meant to be will fall into place for you. There is no need to control a situation. Instead, you are being advised to kind of release and let go, as this does hinder in regards to the manifestation process of what you may be trying to bring in. There's also a message here as well to just enjoy the journey, to enjoy your ride, to trust and understand that everybody's path is different and your path is your path for a reason, and to incorporate more fun, which I do see that will be something you will be implementing in the month of August 2025. There's also a message here as well to distance yourself from anybody who is either arrogant, toxic, or can just bring you down. And then at last, there is a message in regards to those pertaining to this, that worrying about something or someone is not only going to hinder the manifestation process using and working with the law of attraction, it can also produce the opposite. And then that is why it is so important to not only find balanced food, but to incorporate having some fun in your life. So I definitely feel that, wherever you're at in your life, whatever your situation, you might have been taking things kind of serious lately, and sometimes, we have to, but now's the time to kind of just shake your tail feathers off, paint the town red, whatever works best for you. So as I'm still trying to familiarize myself with the Moonology manifestation deck, and definitely need to refresh myself with the original Moonology oracle cards, for today's sake, I'm not going to be so much referring to the guidebook as much, but just taking what I see from these cards and providing an intuitive reading. So as I stated, for the primary energy of the Gold Wild message, we do have a couple of cards here, again, clarifying and confirming that with us. We have the new moon in Cancer with a message to relax. Full moon in Pisces backs this up as well, with balanced spirituality and practicality. And also, with both cards in Virgo, both the new moons, there is a strong message here to not only trust all will be well, but a time to give rather than take. And this is also a time to give to yourself strongly. Again, Earths are very grounded, slow moving, very nurturing, caring. And I am getting a strong message to not take things so seriously, to lighten up. Life is not meant to be serious. There are definitely times in our lives, granted, and I'm totally like not at all in any way, shape, or form trying to bring anybody down, because I totally resonate with that. But you cannot get what you want by being so serious. It just never works that way. It always happens when you least expect it, or when you're just living your life, or when it's just like you're not even looking for it. And it's also a reminder that whatever you're trying to manifest still wants you to enjoy your journey, still wants you to, laugh and play and have fun and enjoy your life, even if you are in a really hard time right now. As well as to relax, take time to relax, take care of, the spirit as well as the material aspects of your world. If you are concerned about finances here, we have so much predominant energy with earth signs, and this message here in new moon in Taurus that says prosperity lies ahead. And so if that is a concern, which I think about everybody right now is concerned about finances in one way or another, no need to worry about it. It's all going to work out, because prosperity already is ahead of you in your journey. I do see that by May of 2026, or the next May, whenever you come across this video, or sometime in the spring, again, if you're in a different side of the world and the equinoxes or the seasons are reversed, then it's going to be under the sign of Taurus, or the month of May. I do see things will be in a lot better place here. And this is going to be, I cannot emphasize enough that there's just a need to just seriously trust that everything is going to be okay. And really, everything will be okay. We are not meant to always know how things end up or work out. And these readings that I do are not meant to tell you your future. They are here to affirm that you are either on the right path, or that you are closer to whatever it is you're trying to desire. Or this could be confirmation if you've been a little lost, like, hey, this is what's for you. I do not intend any way, shape, or form to try to predict, because the thing is, that can always change. But, you know, if you need some kind of like reassurance, like that everything is going to be okay, this message is here for you to do that. And I truly, truly, truly know how important sometimes you just need somebody to tell you that. Last December, I walked out of this job that I was only at for a little over 5 months. It was a horrible experience, a very toxic environment. And I decided, you know what, I have to love myself more than to allow money and this job to dictate my happiness. And I was willing to risk everything that I built and worked so hard for over the past 5 years, my apartment, my car, my stability, my credit, if it meant that my peace and my mental health and emotional health could begin healing. And I remember that night after I, walked out and was at home, I was crying, talking to my dad on the phone. I'm looking around my brand new apartment, which I just signed the lease agreement like 7 weeks before that. And this was my first time being on my own. And I remember asking my dad, Dad, can you just please tell me that everything is going to be okay? Even if you don't even believe it, I'm not asking for any help financially. I just need somebody to tell me that it's going to be okay. Even if we don't believe that sometimes just hearing it for somebody else can be enough. And he told me that. And, everybody for about 2 months was, like, hey, what's going to happen if, you have to lose your apartment? What's your backup plan? I was like, there is no backup plan. I'm not going to allow that. I trusted myself and I loved myself enough to take that risk that I somehow believed that it was going to work out. And you know what? It was rough for a while. It really was. I did decide to travel for the month. The first month I was unemployed for 2.5 months. And so I decided for the rest of December to obviously just take the time to kind of recoup, enjoy the time with my family and friends, because it was the holiday season. I didn't see the point of applying for jobs. They usually don't hire that time of the year. And then I decided to travel during that time frame to Sedona, Arizona, and then to go visit my dad. I was like, I might as well, right? And so it really didn't start to hit me until I came back from traveling, which was exactly 1 month after me walking out of my job. And I'm gonna tell you, I was so depressed that there was a week where I literally was just on my couch, just laying there staring at the wall, and I was eating raw spaghetti noodles. Because I was feeling so hopeless. I couldn't even motivate myself to get ready or get out of my apartment or to buy any kind of food, because I was so concerned about money and didn't want my cat to be compromised. And that was a really hard time for me, and honestly I've not shared that with too many people. So this is a pretty big deal, and I was really hopeless. And for somebody, I'm pretty optimistic, because sometimes we do go through things like that. But you know what happened just a month later? My old job asked me to come back the day after my birthday, the most saddest birthday of my life. And somehow you have to believe, even if we cannot see how things are going to work out, we have to believe that we deserve better, and that what we know is true is out there. And you know what? Life puts it together for you. So yeah, if you guys are worried about finances or your path or where you're going to go in this new year, if you are concerned about your emotional health, bringing balance into things, how do I get back out there into life? Just do it. Do it at the right pace, at the right time. It's a message to get back out there. And when you start taking those steps, even if you don't always feel 100%, even if you don't always feel like showing up, by you doing that, you're allowing the universe, God, to provide you what you need. And there's also this message here with talk less and feel more. And so this could vary for different multitudes of reasons. But I am strongly getting a message to just trust your intuition, because we do have it in Pisces, which is associated with like your emotions, intuition. Stop allowing the negative self-talk or the outer world or whatever situation you find yourself in to dictate what can be and will be for you. and to allow yourself to feel more, to trust your heart's desires, to trust your intuition. Even if you don't see it, but you believe it, then go with that. Just go, like, close your eyes and be like, I trust it. And you want to know what? As scary as it was the day that I walked out of my job, because that was pretty ballsy. I knew what risk I was taking. I was like, okay, I have so much in my savings. I know how much I pay a month in bills. I know how hard I worked for the past 5 years. I know everything that is on the line. But I love myself more. And by me doing this, even though I'm risking financial and like complete ruin, I trust that by me choosing to love myself first, that somehow that other stuff, the material side of it, is going to work out. And that is so true. It is so important to take care of you first. All the material stuff comes and goes. A job, you can have it one day, gone tomorrow. Moving, that happens all the time. But yourself, your emotional, your physical, your mental, your spiritual, that takes so long to heal. It is so long. Burnout takes 1 to 3 years to recover from. It's a long process. Just because I walked out of that job didn't mean I was instantaneously happy. No, in fact, I was so depressed. But I finally was able to start the healing process. And you know what? A part of me is still healing. So anyways, I am also being called, I am looking at my TV stand here, which is right in front of me, with the message on it, and it says the best is yet to come. And I want to end off this reading for you guys, for those who chose pile number 1, with the reminder that the best is truly yet to come. So let's go ahead and just get a couple old gold tarot cards. I'm not so much feeling love, but maybe we'll do love, so we can get any final messages. Again, I wanted to keep it short. Trust that somehow this will apply for whatever your situation is. You know what's true. Okay, let's get into additional messages for you guys. Okay, guys, so this is your tarot cards, which is so crazy because I promise you guys, this is all live. I'm just trying to save time here. We have the 10 of Wands, which is about burdens. We have the 7 of Pentacles here, which is about like building something, saving for something, but it's in reverse. We have the Magician, the Law of Attraction. Then we have the 3 of Cups, which is like celebration, friends, reunions. The Ace of Swords with new beginnings, communication, associated with air signs, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, could be also significant zodiac seasons. And then we also have the 4 of Coins, or 4 of Pentacles, which is about holding on, stinginess. And so just as I was saying, like the overall energy is that there is a feeling here of feeling overwhelmed, maybe in regards to like your creativity, your passions, your heart's desire. Could be within a, you know, again, a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or this is just like the climax during the month of August. And, you know, in regards to, I do see for the majority of you guys, again, take what resonates. There is a concern about finances here. If not, it could be something that you're trying to build or save for, and it just does not seem to be coming about in the time frame that you want it to, or it doesn't seem to be able to, like, you can't seem to keep your savings because things like keep coming up in bills. There's something in regards to that energy that is feeling that is reversed. But then we do have the Magician here, so you can and will manifest whatever it is your heart's desire. And also we have the Lionsgate portal, which is 8/8, so that is a very significant day to do that. And then we have again this message here about to have more fun, to get out with your friends and celebrate. Maybe for some of you guys there could be, you know, some kind of sort of reunions here. And then we have a new beginning here, cutting away no longer serves you. And then a need to as well to let go of what you've been holding on so tightly for. For others of you guys, it's a message to continue to hold on to your dreams and trust that they will come about for you guys. And then I was like, well, what about a love message for this pile? And well, we did get the King of Cups with the 3 of Swords. And so this could be about, again, a water sign, so a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Could be also significant months when those zodiac signs do fall And then with the Three of Swords, it's definitely like heartbreak, betrayal, disappointment in regards to love. And so for some of you guys, you know, you could be coming out of this energy. For others, you guys, I do feel like this is a past energy here. For others, you guys, this could be, especially if, you know, whether you're male or female or whatever, you resonate with, if it's not necessarily you dealing with a, you know, water sign, this is definitely about your emotions, romanticizing romance. Somebody that's very dreamy, very romantic, intuitive. Also, I'm getting a message more of like they love the nighttime. Somebody that provided you the feeling with your life being, or provided you with your life view of that life. And oh my gosh, what am I trying to say, guys? Oh my gosh, I feel so silly. So you know how they say that you either can view life with the cup half empty or half full. So this person provided you that feeling, that experience with them, that the cup was full versus being empty, so to speak here. And so again, whatever your situations, whether you are single or separated or have somebody on your mind or in a relationship, this could be, you know, significant in some way. Others, you guys, you know, there could have been some kind of hurt, and it doesn't have to be romantic. Take it what resonates here. But we do have a message here for you guys after all in love, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so you guys got two cards here, and you actually have the separation card with the message time apart from your partner is on the horizon, and the honeymoon card with enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So let me see. I'm hearing that song 1 2 3 1 2 3. Oh, okay, I don't know why, but anyways, so for a lot of you guys, this is definitely in regards to somebody that you are most likely currently not in contact with, or it could be for others, you guys, a separation of some sort. Some of you guys, it could be about like a trip where somebody has to be like away for whatever reasons from you guys. Others, it could be like an emotional disconnect as well. I don't necessarily see that this is going to be something forthcoming, but for some of you guys, if you know that that's something that's been slowly building for a while, this might affirm that there is possibility of separation on the horizon. Maybe, you know, this message here about taking the time to spend the holiday time together is so important. Again, take things as it resonates here. For some of you guys, it's saying that, you know, cups, they're also an offering, especially with this. Maybe, you know, once you get out there and like let loose and have fun, you know, love comes your way. And, you know, again, whatever your situation is, there might be a significant trip that you two take, or just like a weekend getaway, or a need to kind of come back to the honeymoon phase. And as you can see in the picture depicted, they are sailing over smooth waters here, and the moon is full. So definitely some kind of conclusion here. If you are completely single, you know, you might be manifesting somebody who might be living at a distance from you. You might meet them during, you know, going out with your friends, or during the holidays, which we do have Labor Day coming up here, or just where you're like getting away. And this will get you out of this heartbreak energy here. And this is something that you've been manifesting, and that this is going to help you to let go and let loose here. And so anyways, guys, again, take it as it does come. If it does resonate, let me know in the comments below. I hope that you guys enjoy your reading 111 as I finish this video. And anyways, have a wonderful month of August 2025. This will not be necessarily the entirety of your month, but one way, shape, or another will pertain to your month. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Goodbye. Alrighty, for those who were drawn to pile number 2 with the new moon in Leo, with your affirmation of shine, this is what is happening for you in the month of August 2025. So let's get right into it. Alrighty, this is pile number 2's reading. let's talk about your cards here. So again, we have the new moon in Leo with shine. We also have look at the bigger picture with full moon in Sagittarius. Your dreams need a practical plan with full moon in Taurus. The last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. You are good enough, backed by the full moon in Virgo. The first quarter moon in Scorpio with release your blocks. And lastly, first quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. So right away, what I am noticing here is that we have 3 cards in the full moon, which is when we see how our manifesting or what it is we're trying to bring in is either working or has worked, or what we need to release. Then we also do have 2 cards here in the first quarter moon, which is when a mini crisis and obstacles can emerge. And then we have 1 card in the new moon, which is when guys, oh my gosh. We have 1 card here in the new moon, which is when we make restarts and also plant the seeds of our intentions and desires. And lastly, we have 1 card in the last quarter moon, which is when a mini crisis might prompt more release work. So there is definitely a message here. We got it confirmed quite a few times here with mini crisis here with the 2 cards in the first quarter and the 1 card in the last quarter moon phase. And then we also do have strongly backed by the full moon a message that when we see how our manifestation or what it is we're trying to bring in, how it's either working or how it worked for us, or what we need to release, predominantly as things that will occur during the month of August 2025. But let's talk about your predominant card here with the new moon in Leo with your message here of shine. Right away, I am being called to read your affirmation, which is, I am magnificent. I love me. This is a reminder that a new day, a new dawn is coming, and an energy that confirms that you are moving away from darker times back into the light and well on your path towards whatever desired outcome you've been working towards or manifestation you're trying to bring in. It is also a message here as well to be proud of who you are, be proud of how far you've come along here. You know, sometimes it's hard. Yes, our journeys are very hard here. I definitely feel that almost everybody I know can confirm that this year, 2025, has just been a rough year overall in the world, in the United States, and in each and every one of our individual lives. I don't think I know one person who has had good things to say about 2025. Not that it hasn't had beautiful moments in between, or that things still that we may have even wanted to come about, like maybe getting married or our dream career or starting our own family, hasn't happened or will not happen this year. Obviously, you should know if certain things will be coming true this year, like marriage or, you know, starting a family. But for others of you guys, honestly, it's just been really rough. It's been really, really rough. And, you know, it's hard when we tend to look at social media and see how, you know, other people are portraying their lives and how well they're doing. And we forget that that's all just a facade, and that's all people projecting what they want to post. And, you know, instead of actually seeing their true journeys and how they got there, nobody really wants to share, you know, their everyday, day-to-day life, you know, and their struggles. It would be nice to see that because that's reality, but, you know, that's not what social media is intended for. It's intended to share, you know, all the updates about how everybody's doing, which actually is why I disconnect from social media. But anyways, if you have been in a dark time, this could pertain to, you know, this year or a certain part of your life. There is a message here that things will get better, and that, you know, you are going to be coming out of the tunnel and back into the light, so to speak here. You know, to keep your eyes set on the stars during the nighttime sky, okay? You know, those stars are out there a million billion years, light years away from us. In fact, they don't even exist anymore. But they're still there for us to look up to and to wish upon, even, and to shine and to illuminate the nighttime sky, even though they're no longer existent today. And so that is also a message here in itself, that, you know, these issues, these worries, these struggles, they will soon be a thing of the past. They will soon, you know, no longer be relevant or prevalent, or, you know, even reality or truth to your situation. Again, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, you know. This, again, could be, well, we do have quite a bit of earth signs here with the Taurus and Virgo. But then we do also have, you know, Leo, which is fire, and Sagittarius. And then we also do have Gemini, which is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, and Scorpio. So we actually have all 4 elements here. So really, it can really pertain to like any part of your life, or even all parts of your life here. But yeah, so what I am getting for you guys is, first of all, with this message in full moon in Sagittarius, is to look at the bigger picture, you know, and to remember that everything is temporary, and that nothing is lasting forever, and that, you know, most of the things we worry about today will not matter in the next year, you know, the next few months, or definitely not in the next 5 years. And if it does, then that's probably something that needs to be addressed, okay? And again, there's a message here. You guys are very similar in a way to group number 1. So there might be an additional message there, or this could just be what everybody's going through. But you are good enough, and to not allow whatever it is that's, you know, been tough lately to dim your light. You know, things happen to good people, and bad people, you know, sometimes get lucky. That has nothing to do with self-worth or, you know, what you put out there. That's just life, okay? But there is, you know, a bigger picture to this. There is a higher power involved. There is reasons that we may not yet know why things have happened or are happening, but you know, there is a plan for you and your life, and everybody's plans are going to be different. And you know, there's also here a message about that your dreams do need a practical plan. And so if you are feeling lost, or maybe don't know the next step, this is a good time in the month of August 2025 to come up with a plan. For others of you guys, this is a message that I'm getting, which I'm going to be, should have said from the beginning that I'm just going to be reading these intuitively today to save time. But for others of you guys, this is a message that your dreams are in progress, that they will become practical. The springtime will be a much better time for you guys. Again, this is so similar to pile number 1. Yeah, so definitely maybe check that pile out, especially because you guys both had Leo to start off with. But yeah, things are gonna move forward. And actually we have a message here again about attend to the details here. So there is a need to either revisit the path you're on, or if you are like working towards something like a degree or a promotion, or, you know, attaining, you know, I don't know, something, or, you know, trying to like move out of a situation or bring in a situation, there's a message here that you definitely need to check if you and what you're doing is in alignment with what you're trying to bring in. If not, it's a great time in the month of August to revisit that drawing board. For others of you guys, you know, this could be a message that you are rethinking your path, that maybe you feel called to go down a different road now, especially with the Sagittarius. Like maybe, you know, I just like have this like image in my head that like whatever you have experienced this past year is kind of like sprung you into considering going like a different direction. And with Sagittarius, it's an energy of like being adventurous and curious and to see what's out there. For some of you guys, you know, you might want to travel, or travel might be good, or just getting away to get your like head space right. For others, you guys, you may want to like maybe like travel for a while, or travel is calling for you, or maybe like moving in a different place, a different direction. That definitely, I do see that. And I also am getting that for some of you guys that, and this is honestly just the facts of life, that, you know, life gives us what we want, and sometimes what we need, or I'm sorry guys, life gives us what we need, not always what we want, sometimes, but it's usually comes in a different form or a way than we imagined. And this doesn't mean it's bad. It's not, because it's actually what was meant for us, so it's actually always better. But, you know, you have to be open to that. Like, I'm going to tell you guys, if I was to go back in time 10 years, or when I first graduated high school, and be like, hey, you know, this is how your life is now, you know, it might be discouraging, because I had thought that by my age that I would be possibly married and be more advanced in my career and probably have a home and have children, because that's just what you assume. And, you know, I'm the last of my friends to be either married or have kids in both. But that's my journey. And, you know, this doesn't mean that this is going to be your guys' journey. You guys' it may come faster, you know, it may even come out different. Like for some of you guys, you may not even have wanted kids. You know how many of my friends had told me they didn't want kids and they are parents? You're like, oh, there's no way I'm ever gonna have kids. And then, you know, someone comes along and you're like, hey, I think I want to start a family with them. Or, you know, you find out you're gonna be parents and you're like, okay, let's do this. Or you had, you know, you went to school for one degree and you end up doing something completely different. That's just life. You know, and so there's a message here as well to maybe be open to that, just open to like life itself. And then I am also getting, you know, with this release your blocks and speak your world into being, this is a message that you need to release any like limiting beliefs or patterns, anything that's negative that could be holding you back in some way, before you can truly bring into your life, onto your path, what it is that you are called to do, or what it is you are calling in, okay? Especially with this first moon in Gemini here. Gemini is an air sign, so we are always in our head, but also it's the twin, so there's like a duality here. There might even be like a decision that needs to be made, or will be made in the month of August. For some of you guys, I am getting that, and this will actually like recalibrate your path. So I don't know if you guys like the train tracks, right? And how like there's like this device on the train tracks that will kind of like move the train like left or right. And I'm actually getting that imagery right now of like you're on the train and you're going and you don't know if it's going to go left or right, and you're kind of waiting on like a decision to be made, or the conductor, or whatever the circumstances. And finally, this decision has been decided for you. And whatever the decision is, trust that you will still get everything that you want on both sides. You know, whether you went left or right or north or south or east or west, you know, I'm thinking of like a great example is like you having to decide if you're going to live on the East Coast or the West Coast. Either way, you are going to still experience, you know, all the other things you want. It's just that, you know, being on the East Coast is quite different than living on the West Coast. Or another great example is that you have to choose between, you know, a career of being a lawyer, you know, the logical side of things, or going down in path where you're an artist, which is about creativity. you know, again, you'll still experience all the other great things that life offers, like friends and travel and love and finances and abundance. And but you know, that one is very different from the other, you know. So I am getting a message, you know, that that is something that could, if it does apply to you, will be made. That decision will become clear. And if it's been holding you back or kind of putting things on pause, once this has been made and once you know which direction you'll be going, you will start seeing your manifestation or manifestations coming into fruition. So anyways, let's talk a little bit about your new moon energy here, and then we'll get into some tarot cards. Any other things I can get for you guys? So there is confirmation that this is especially a good sign with the new moon in Leo for matters related to romance, creativity, children, either yours or somebody else's, or a situation that is requiring confidence. And also that to love yourself and to just step in knowing that what is for you, and to trust that whatever path or whatever decision might be made, or you know, however, you know, this year ends up turning out or your life turns out, you know, this is your story, so own it. So yeah, that is kind of what I've gotten for those who chose this pile. Let's do some tarot, and then if love or relationships are called for, we'll get to those as well. Okay, so we can't see the last two cards, but we'll make a way to make this work. So we got the Three of Cups in reverse, which is about like friends, good time, celebration, reunions. Then we have the Fool, which is about stepping into new beginnings, kind of just going with the open mindset, you know, not so much like having a direction, but just kind of, you know, wherever life takes me, that's where I'll go. Then we also have the Knight of Swords, so this is very fast moving energy here. It could be communication, or just something coming in really fast. I do feel like that is going to be that decision. And then we do have the Three of Swords here, so I would definitely check out pile number 1 because they did get this card as well, along with the Three of Cups. And then we do have the Six of Swords, which is about, you know, moving into calmer times here, but I was also hearing travel. And then we do lastly have the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and then we also have a lot of swords energies, by the way, here, guys. And then we also have the Two of Swords, which is indecision, not being able to see out of a situation, but you just got to take the blindfold off. And then we also have the Ace of Wands, new beginnings in regards to creativity, passions, love, sexuality. Okay, so yeah, guys, there is a message, you know, again, to kind of just keep an open mind when it comes to your journey. I do see in one way, shape, or another a decision pertaining your path, your journey, whether it's your whole life or particular situation. We do have quite a lot of bit of swords here, so I feel it's more either like internal, or could be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or those seasons where the zodiac signs rule are significant. Yeah, it could be with that, or just, you know, it is, I feel like more communication. I feel like this is more broader energy here than anything. It could also be in regards to a particular relationship where there's experience heartache and disappointment, betrayal. Yeah, I mean, definitely, you guys, it's been a lot internal. I do see that. And there's definitely like a need to reevaluate, especially with the Ten of Swords. It is the finale card. You not only been stabbed in the heart, you've been stabbed in the back. And so again, take this as it resonates. It may or may not all fit into your situation. But yeah, I do see a decision's going to be made. If there has been any stalemate energy, one is going to be made. The blindfolds will be coming off. Right now, when I'm filming this, we are currently, I believe, in the crescent moon phase here, which is actually like my favorite phase of the moon. It's usually like the time when I feel more optimistic. And so I do feel by that next moon phase, the crescent moon, is when that decision will come into fruition here. And you know, things will be calmer and smoother. But for some of you guys, there is energy, pretty heavy energy with this Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords here. And so for some of you guys, you might have to cut something out, some kind of disappointment, some kind of betrayal, some kind of finality here, and be okay with moving on from this. Or this will also be this energy that what's come next. I'm hearing that. And so just because this decision does come about, especially because we do have the Three of Cups reverse, I don't think that it's going to be... August may not be the most fun month, but it will be a month that will be like the before and after, like the definitive life-changing month of this year. There is definitely some kind of ending here, and a new beginning will come about this. I don't necessarily see that it will start in the month of August. It may, because I do have the feeling and intent that that decision will come about by either the next crescent moon phase or by the end of August. But I mean, because in the end we do the Fool, so by the end of the month you will be in that energy where like, it is what it is, I'm just gonna have to be open to my path, you know, and trust that this person wasn't meant for me, or that career wasn't meant for me, or that I need to be moving to start over, or whatever fell apart, you know, something else will come your way. And we do have the Sun back there. So, you know, again, this is that energy where I don't feel like you're gonna start seeing the light necessarily all the way or illuminated in August, but that this will be the end of this phase. And so this will be, if anything, the last month where you are in the dark. But you know, we do have some good cards here. We have the Fool, we do have the Six of Swords. Even though it doesn't look so great, you are going to be sailing into smoother waters. And we do have the Ace of Wands, you know, and the Two of Swords. A decision will be made, but also this reminder here with the new moon in Leo, a message of shine. So I don't really see too much about love here, guys, but let's end it with some positivity here. Okay, so I did pre-shuffle these cards, and so I'm going to go ahead and just use these four that I feel guided to for this pile. And so again, take what resonates. Okay, so we have let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally. And so that is very much, again, reaffirming about this energy with the Fool, that there's a message to just kind of be open to your journey and trust that, you know, whatever is meant for you will be for you. And it's interesting because in that picture, it's like this man and he's like watching this woman, and this woman's like looking away and she's walking away. And so there is like this energy here. It's like one path or another, you know, both people are going separate directions and not looking the other way. And so for some of you guys, this could also pertain to like that you're not seeing the bigger picture here, or you know, what you do still have positive in your life, or you're not like fully understanding or seeing the reasons why. Or, you know, if it's like, you know, like when we break up with people, we tend to romanticize the good times, but we forget the bad times that led us there. And so there is a need to kind of balance that and to be practical in regards to the situation, and not always, you know, lean one way or another, if that resonates. But we do have a more positive card here with the Engagement card. Your love life is ascending to a higher level commitment. So this is good. I'm going to put it next to the Fool. And so you are going to be stepping into this energy here, and that life and love, whether it's self-love or romantic love, whatever your relationship status may or may not be, it is ascending and it will be going higher. I'm hearing October will be a very significant time here. And then we have this sweet message that it is safe for you to love and to open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. But I am feeling as well that this is a message for you to give love to yourself, to open up your own heart so that you can bring in the love you're looking for. And what a great way to end this with the very soon. Clearly decide what it is. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And so there is a decision that will be made, whether it's on your part, on another person's part, or life's part. And when this is made, the things that you're calling for, the things that you're manifesting, the things that are meant for you, they'll come in. And for some of you guys, this will happen very soon, which is the month of August. So between, you know, the time I upload this to the end of August, if this is about a person, maybe for some of you guys, whatever your situation, I do see that decision will be made. And I do see that they will be coming to you, because we have this stated here that what you want comes to you now. And this could be in regards to some kind of commitment, possibly an actual engagement, or just a more formal commitment. And the message that backs it up, which is a really good way to end your guys' reading, is to open your heart for this. That this person, you know, is opening up their heart to you. They want to give to you, and that you are being called to receive this. This is a much higher energy for you. And if you are in a heartbreak energy, there's a message here that once you let go of this heartbreak and open your heart and trust again, the love that you are looking for, a love that's going to be on a much higher level than you've ever experienced before, is going to come in for you. And if you are in a relationship dynamic and it's been hard, or there's been some kind of energy here of like indecision, betrayal, backstabbing, or just a need to like travel or like, you know, get through muddy, dirty waters, you know, I do see this happening for you guys. It will happen slowly. It will happen naturally. You know, just keep affirming, you know, that this relationship is very important to you, and to have your heart open. You know, sometimes it needs time. You have to like wake up every day, be like, hey, you know, if yesterday wasn't a good day, today's a brand new day. I'm committed to this person, they're committed to me. We have to try every single day for the rest of our lives, okay? And I do see you guys really, really working on that, which is really good. And this will take your guys' relationship dynamic to a much higher place here. So anyways, guys, that is what I have for my group number 2s. I hope you do enjoy your reading. Let me know how that resonates in the comments below. Let me know what kind of videos you want. I do wish you the most positive, best month in the month of August. If it's not so much the happy love energies that we did get at the end of this reading, trust that this will be the last month where you'll have to be in this dark place, and that by the end of August, you will be stepping into a much lighter time and ending the year in a much better positive energy. And that love, however that resonates, from self-love to romantic love, is waiting for you if you just trust and believe and allow things to come to you and to unfold as they're supposed to. But anyways, let me know how your August went. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful day or night. Bye. Alrighty, for those who chose pile number 3, with the full moon in Virgo, with your affirmation of take inspired action, this is what you can expect is happening in the month of August 2025. So let's get into your intuitive message. Alrighty, so one of the things that I am seeing right off the bat is that we do have 2 cards indication with the full moon. We also have 2 cards in new moon. And then we also have 1 card in the first quarter moon, and then 1 card in the last quarter moon. And then we also have a unique one in the mutable moon. So if you don't know what full moon is the time of the month lunar cycle where things will become more clear. It could be, you know, like cycles coming to a closure, or a time to let go, illumination to your situation as well. New moons are the beginning of the lunar cycle, so it's always the new beginnings. And then the first quarter and last quarter moons, they always have to do with like a mini crisis. So one of those is that a mini crisis might occur, and then the other one is that a mini crisis may like resolve itself. But to be more specific, the first quarter moon is when a mini crisis and obstacles emerge. It's also 7 to 10 days after the new moon, and it's a time where during this phase challenges and obstacles may arise, while the last quarter moon is when a mini crisis might prompt more release work for you, and it is 7 to 10 days after the full moon occurs, and is also a time to let go, release, and surrender anything that didn't work out, and even hibernate if need be. But what I'm called to really focus on for those who chose pile number 3 is the mutable moon, with the message here of nothing yet is set in stone. So I'm actually going to read what the Moonology guidebook says about this moon phase. Mutable is all about change, shape-shifting even, that something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and that there's room for maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with your current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. However, there is also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is set in stone yet. So you guys are like similar in certain, so it's like your guys' piles all have like kind of like similarities. I would say that in some aspect, you guys should definitely like resonate or check out pile number 2, but it's like the opposite energy, so to speak, in regards to like the fact that like they, in their pile, there's a decision that's been made that will like set the course for them, so to speak, while your pile is like predominantly saying that nothing's like sure and that anything can change and that anything's possible. Your message here as well is, I know that the best will unfold for me, okay? You're also being reminded to stay adaptable is the key to success for you, to make sure that you're not being led astray. If you've been distracted, this is a time to focus or refocus, and that whatever your guys' situation is, even if it's hard, to stay with it, whatever it means to you, to hang in there. This card, the waters, they're rocky, the waves are choppy, so there's a lot of emotion with that. But we do have, good things with, that are highlighted with you, this pile here as well. We have take inspired action. When you are inspired and when you will become inspired, there's a message here that you will follow that calling. And in the meanwhile, a strong message, guys, that you need to remain humble, to practice humility, and to work through whatever you are currently feeling. There is a bigger picture here, which is backed up by the full moon in Sagittarius, and a message that confidence is your key to success and to bring love into your situation. This again is going to be a very general, broad message, so again, take what resonates. For you guys, this could pertain to your whole year or your month of August, or a
part or aspect of your life. Let's focus now on the full moon in Virgo with Take Inspired Action.
Alrighty, last but not least, my group number 4 is the final group for the pick a card for what is happening for you in the month of August 2025. Again, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't behind. And again, this is a reminder that though I do intend for the majority of these to be timeless, this one is not. So I already pre-shuffled the cards, the Moonology cards, as well as your tarot and love. So I can kind of speed things along here, as this is the second go around. So anyways, I'm very excited to finish this and wrap it up for you guys. But let's get into your message. Again, just to confirm, pile number 4, your message, your card that was calling for you was the first quarter moon in Virgo with the affirmation of assess the situation. Alrighty, my group number 4. First of all, your group actually had 2 more cards that came out compared to the other group. So I do believe that the majority of you will either be called to this particular group or, again, take what resonates. There's a lot more that is at play here, or there's more yet to be revealed, or there's more to your story, or this could be a energy where it could be like just a range of different things involved here at play. So you know your situation, you know your truth. So again, take in what you know is in alignment, and let's talk about what we have for you guys. So also 111 was paused when I began this reading, so that could be a significant number for you, or the number 8 because you guys had 8 cards, and we do have the Lion's portal on the 8th of August. So we have again your first quarter moon with the message here of assess the situation. The last quarter moon in Leo with the message of lighten up. We have the don't let pride get in your way with full moon in Leo. We have full moon in Libra with the message here, find a balance. Nothing will come of this situation. Void of course moon. The first quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. A new romantic cycle begins, the new moon in Libra. New moon in Taurus with know your worth. And lastly, the answers you need are coming with the full moon in Gemini. So right off the bat, I do see that we have 3 cards in the full moon. We have 2 cards in a new moon. We have 2 cards here with the first quarter moon. We have 1 card here in the last quarter moon. And then we also have a void of course moon card here. So let's talk about what those phases represent and mean for the energies involved here. So new moons are always the beginning of the new lunar cycle. New moons associate with a message for a clean slate, potential dreams. When we make restarts and also plant the seeds of our intention and desires, this is a time to make your wishes and plant your intentions deep. For the first quarter moon, which is right after the waxing crescent moon, terms associated during that time are challenges, confidence, and commitment. It is when a mini crisis and obstacles can emerge during that time phase. So in the book, for the first quarter moon, it says she looks like a D-shaped while down under in the southern hemisphere. She has a C shape. During this phase, challenges and obstacles may arise. So the initial C or D could also be very prominent during the time when the first quarter moon occurs in Leo. The full moon is when results, forgiveness, gratitude are keywords for you to reflect on. It's when we see how our manifesting has worked and what we need to release. It is also when a climax may come, sometimes an emotional explosion, and a chance to see what you manifested before we move into the next moon cycle. And lastly, with that last quarter moon, a time to reevaluate, balance, to trust. When a mini crisis might prompt the need for you to release or might prompt more release work. It is a time to let go, release, and surrender anything that didn't work out, and possibly even hibernate. And so that can also be energy significant in the month of August here. But let's talk about the void of course moon, because the void of course moon is actually, it occurs like almost every single day or every other day. So let me explain what that means exactly. So the void of course moon, which actually occurs every 2 to 3 days, just depending, is the time when the moon moves from one sign to another. So like instance, you know, the moon moved from being in Gemini to Cancer, right? But it doesn't just move like a hop, skip, and a jump. It takes a little bit of time. And so the voided course moon is during the time in between. And so that is when there's no real direction, there's no real energy backing it up, you know, and a time when really you really shouldn't make like decisions on anything. I actually wrote a manifestation, like law of attraction, primarily for abundance a few years ago, and I actually broke down like how to manifest working under the moon phases, and I actually talked about that. And so if you are interested, I will be happy to give that for you guys for free. It is PDF download. You just need to like provide me some kind of email to receive it, and it's for yours for free. I was selling it for $5, but for right now, for those who watch it, if you're interested in claim it, just put the void of course moon and put like a little moon emoji, and then I will contact you somehow to get that to you. But the thing is, it doesn't really last long. It's not like for days. It's like, I think, a couple of hours. And honestly, we don't know because it's so frequent, okay? And though we have this message here with nothing will come from this situation, it's actually not quite what you think. So it could mean one or two things. It could mean that, you know, you get this message that this situation will not bear fruit. And this could, or that nothing will come from this. And so again, it could be taken as a few different ways. And so to better explain this, I'm just actually going to read what the guidebook says about this particular card. In a form of astrology known as a hooray or hurrah card, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded, a void of course moon means nothing will come of the situation, or that this situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news depending on what you're asking. For example, if you were worried about something, whatever it was, this card can be taken as a sign that there's nothing to worry about. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations or change things so you can get a different outcome. Remember, the cards can only predict what you are currently creating, and you can change that with both your behavior and beliefs. A message to attune to this moon is, I trust in my highest good. Additional meanings associated with this card are the chances of something are diminishing. Something better may be around the corner. Believe that you will get what you need. Surrender to the divine. Take time out. Meditate and contemplate. The main definition of a void of course moon is when the moon won't make a major connection with any of the planets until she enters the next sign. The best thing you can do when you get this card is to chant, I surrender to the divine. A void of course moon is time to just be. So if you are already coming from an energy of like worrying about a particular situation, something that's already prevalent, then this message affirms that whatever that is, there's nothing to worry about. It's not saying that there's nothing to come from it. It's saying do not need to worry. But if you are looking towards something that's not quite there yet, so like if you are like, you know, I'm thinking about applying for some jobs, what do you think? And this has not been some actions that you've already taken, then this is saying to readjust your sails. But if it's something that's already occurred, then there needs to be just trust more in this situation. So I hope that kind of clarifies, because the message may be very daunting. You're like, oh my God, no. It's like, no. Because, you know, it is quite dark out there in space, but there's that purple. And so, and the moon is very highlighted. And so it's just like Mercury retrograde, which ends on August 11th. There's a few days afterwards, the shadow phase. And again, you know, it's a time when to not make any like new decisions. Do not like commit to anything new that has occurred during that time frame. But if it's something that you've already done like work prior, like let's say for instance, you are thinking about taking a new job opportunity. If you've already done like the interview or even filled out the background or, you know, signed or accepted the onboarding before this new void of course moon, or, you know, before the Mercury retrograde, then you have nothing to worry about. You've already done the work. But if you are doing this during the time under the void of course moon or during Mercury retrograde, it is advising you to be cautious, to wait, because something may not like serve your highest good from there, or there might be like this may not be the right path for you, or just to wait for better timing. So I hope that again that clarifies, because it could be quite confusing. But we have a lot of positive cards for you guys. We have, you know, the message to lighten up, to not let pride get in your way, find balance. We also have believe in your good luck, that is a great message right there. Next to know your worth. We do have a new romantic cycle begins for you guys, and the answers you need are coming. And so even though we got this like void of course moon, nothing will come, again, this is not a bad message. If it's something that you already have, even if it's not necessarily like with you at this very moment, or even like, you know, present at the time, but it's already a situation, like again, like as an example, like, you know, a job, even if you're not starting that job yet, but that it's already coming to your life, there's nothing to worry about. If this is about a particular relationship of some sort, and you already know this person, you've already had like a relationship dynamic, whatever relationship dynamic that was, then there's nothing to worry about. But if this is somebody that you've not yet met, that you've just been chatting with online, or that you just are like, you know, putting your applications out there, but you haven't actually had like any real connection, then that's where that message of this may not be the right thing for you comes in. And it's good because, you know, the universe, God has your back. They know what's best for you. And so I believe that's where this beautiful message here, don't let pride get in your way, comes in. And to, you know, sometimes we're like, no, I'm stubborn, you know, this is what I know what I want, but no, there's something better for you guys. And there's so much more good for this group than negative. And so if it is something that
you may be like, I feel like it might be a small disappointment, a small hiccup, like, oh, you know what, you applied for this job and then you did even do the interview, but maybe you just like were like, no, I just wasn't feeling it. But it's not the end of the road. It's not so much of like, it's a, you know, it's just a little hiccup. It's just a little disappointment. I don't feel it's, you know, because we have too much good. And this could also be why you guys had 2 extra cards here. Now, I wanted to dive into the message of assess the situation for you guys. And then we will finish off your reading. So your first quarter moon in Virgo with the message of assess the situation actually ties quite well with the energy of the voided course moon in regards to taking like time to breathe and to reevaluate things, to not be so influenced by the crowd or by what others want for you or any kind of pressure outside of yourself. There's a question that you need to ask: do you still want what you used to want? And if so, do you still want it as much? Are you really doing what you need to in order to make your dreams real? Definitely a message to express how you feel, but do so without self-criticism or criticism of others. Make an honest inventory about where you could be more to do to manifest your dreams. And so it's interesting because with the manifesting mindset, it says that it asks for you to be mentally flexible. Whatever challenges you face, your current situation is unlikely to be at a total impasse. So again, it's like, you guys, I swear every single group ties into the other group. So you guys should definitely check out group number 3 if you feel guided to do so. You guys, it's kind of like a chain effect. I feel like you guys are a chain effect. And so I feel like for this one, you guys have like kind of, you guys are at the end of that chain effect. But if you feel guided to, I would just go back to the timestamp, put your finger on that cursor, and whatever the first thing that I say will somehow pertain to your situation, okay? But, you know, there is a message here of, clarity and confidence here, to either maybe take some more time to think things through. Otherwise, if it is something that you do know is for you, that there's a message that it's not too late to change the way you're thinking, that it's not too late for this to take place. Again, take it as it resonates. We do have the full moon here in Gemini with the answers you need are coming. So if this is about somebody else, then you will receive that clarity that you have been waiting for. So, okay, guys. So I do see that a new romantic cycle will begin for you guys. As we do have this, what's happening in the month of August, there is going to be that taking place for you guys. Again, everybody's situations are different. You know, if you're like completely single, not looking for love, then this is just love of yourself, love of life, love, maybe balancing your life more or finding a balance, and that somehow brings like a love of like whatever resonates into your life. But we do have, it's a card that literally confirms a new romantic cycle begins. I feel that things will become more balanced, or will be like more official, because I do think of that like as like legalities. So I feel like there will be some kind of like official or contract, or that the situation will be balanced out by the month of October, even late September. So it could even be that you guys have been going through like this cycle since that time frame last year. For some of you guys, this has been like a situation where you are just like, because it's so interesting, I said you guys are at the end of the chain here. Wow. So some of you guys might have been on like an energy or like this cycle for about a year now. And I see that things will really start to shift and change for you in the month of August. I don't know how much it will change. You know, everybody's situations and paths are different here. But I do see the light is finally coming in. We do have the lighten up here. We do have, you know, believe in your good luck and know your worth, and the answers you need are coming. And I think that that's really just going to vary for every single person here. Probably more around the full moon of whenever that happens in the month of August. I have no idea. So I do see like all these cards. And again, full moons are also, you know, cycles coming to a close, things becoming more illuminated. I do feel by the full moon of August that this is when this will occur, if I was to provide such a time frame. You know, we just have so much good here. So yeah, I feel like you guys actually been through kind of a cycle for a while. And I do see that this next cycle that's coming in is going to be about your love life. You know, some of you guys, this is going to be you entering into something that's not only romantic, but this is like a new thing. This is like not just temporary. You know, cycles, you know, they are like chapters, but I'm getting that. I am getting that like yeah, I'm getting that this is gonna be like a more serious thing here actually. Because we have like the legality thing here, which is pretty like contracts. And then I have like this message and believe in your good luck and know your worth and the answers you need are coming. And I feel like that. Oh my God, my neighbors are loud. Some of you guys, yeah, this is gonna like, you know, everybody's situations are different. I don't want to say that you're gonna end up with your forever person because that's misleading. We will see what the romance angel cards say. But this is going to be like a new cycle coming in. And I do feel like this is going to be an energy that, you know, for some of you guys that, you know, carries on into 2026, you know, and like, yeah, because usually they say like the last 4 months of the year kind of prepare you for what's like the next year to come. But it is going to be like a new thing here. It's not also, this is also not just like you dating somebody. Like this is going to be like a new experience here. Like something that is very much balanced. Experience where you really do feel lucky. Like you're like, oh my God, like why am I so lucky? Because you're worthy. You guys, you're worthy. And you know, don't talk yourself out of this. You know, you guys, I do feel like you guys are like being a little bit through it. Yeah, with the lineup too here. And we have, oh my gosh, we have this twice. Oh my God. Yeah. And, you know, that's again a Libra card. So I do see like balance is coming for you guys by like October for sure, which is either October or the end of September. And this is a road. And, you know, this road is leading to the full moon here. So this is a new like journey. This is a new path for you guys. Like this is going to be a new like new thing, maybe a new direction. Maybe like you thought you had like a certain plan for your life or vision, and this kind of comes in and it's like, hey, you know what, I'm going to take this road, I'm going to take the high road instead of, or I think that I want to take a different route now. Yeah, wow. It's kind of crazy here. Let me just, for clarification, reference these two cards so I can see if there's any similarities in messages for you guys. Okay, so it's actually interesting because the, you know, full moon in Libra here with the message of find balance. The manifestation affirmation is there is love all around me and I am lovable. And so, yeah, there is definitely confirmation. I mean, again, it could just be self-love or love of life or family. But Libras are also very much about relationships too. I just wanted to clear that up first before anything else. And the message regarding this, which I actually was found in both cards, was a message to not just only focus on your own self, your own wants and your own needs, but to remember that there are always other people at play here, and to be more mindful, and to remember, you know, to take the time to find a balance between your own needs and others. To remember that, you know, somebody else also has their needs and wants too, and to be able to give to that. A message here of equal give and take is definitely strongly highlighted between these two. If it is about like any legalities, you know, justice, a fair outcome is in your favor. And I do see health is going to be better. Or a message, you know, that by surrounding yourself with the right people, you know, this is good for your health. Or a message here of being healthy, because you have like either a right person coming into your life or right people around you. And a smaller but still significant message of doing things in pairs. So business pairs, you know, romantic pairs. And like I said, you know, I felt like this was going to be a new energy. So I feel like this could be like, you know, of energy of where you've been kind of like doing your own thing. Again, just take it as it resonates. And now you are like going to be wanting to allow more time spent with another person. It did have some additional meanings associated with the feel more, think less, marriage or engagement is on the cards. A legal matter will go your way. And then there is like also a mention twice that there could be either a restart for you and someone else, or a new relationship could be beginning. A well-balanced and healthy connection. So also health is going to be much better for you guys. I do see that too with know your worth here. So I just wanted to just let you guys know that was some things that I did get, and just being open. And so, yeah, so I do see like answers are coming. So if you've been kind of curious about, you know, how somebody feels about you, I think that you are going to be very much not confused much longer. So I'm gonna just go ahead and lay out your guys' tarot cards, which I already pulled out for you guys. So we have the King of Pentacles here. We have the Justice card in reverse, which is funny. We have the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment. We have the Ace of Cups. Wow. Yeah, so emotional. Yeah, you guys have some something in regards to emotions for sure. It's going to be coming for you guys. Let me see, because where else I can place these cards so you guys can be able to see it. Let's do it. Plain, so definitely something coming in, and I kind of wanted to do right here. I think it's the Hanged Man and the Four of Swords. So two as right now. So this Justice card reverse, and again, I just felt guided to put them here, but I also am being silly. So a situation that may have felt like unfair at one point is coming into balance, not just because I put that on that card, but because we do have two cards here signifying a cycle beginning, one that is going to be more balanced. But this will not come about until this hangman energy of, you know, either worry or nothing is come, or that this isn't your situation, is resolved, and you coming out of this Four of Swords energy of rest, recouping, taking time out, or again, if you are waiting on some kind of like clarification, some kind of answer, some kind of direction, that's gonna turn around once this comes about. Again, we do have, you know, the Ace of Cups here, which is, you know, usually it's about your emotions. And so, and with the Nine of Cups here, I was gonna say the Nine of Wands. So yeah, we have a Nine of Wands, so fast moving communication with passion, which is because it is what it is. It's already been said. But the Nine of Cups here, which is your wish fulfillment. And I do see that this is something you've been sitting on for quite a while. And it's so crazy. Oh my God, I didn't even realize I put this on top of the believe in your good luck. Oh my God. Yeah, I actually really didn't, guys. I swear on my life. Yeah, so this is something you've been kind of sitting, like a wish you've been sitting on for a while here. And with like his hands like folded, I do feel it's like you're like, nope, I'm not gonna budge. I'm not gonna move until this egg has been hatched. Like I'm thinking of a chick, right? Like a chicken stay on there until the egg's hatched. You're not gonna, you know, it's coming. You're just like trying to like keep it warm, okay? And it's coming, and it's definitely coming here for sure. For some of you guys, this will occur either during the full moon in Leo, or during, the full moon. If there is a full moon in Leo, great. If not, during the full moon in the month of August, or during the new moon. I know that we already had the new moon pass. Or it could be that since it is an Ace, which is new beginnings, that this new offer in regards to your emotions really is going to confirm your worth. And it's because you are worthy. Like there's going to be no doubt. Like, you know, get out of this hangman. This is like just like either like allowing things to kind of come, to allow things to sit back. It's like you feel like you're stuck, but really you flip the card around. He's standing on there. He can just untie himself, which is funny because that would help you get out of this reverse justice energy. So some of you guys, somebody could be like, oh my God, there's no way like this is going to work out. I don't see how this is going to happen. Oh, I shouldn't approach this person. Or, you know, I don't know how possibly anything's ever going to change. And it's like, all you got to do is literally flip it around. You might be like, oh my God, I see things totally different. I'm just standing on one foot, like, you know, doing the ballet here. And all I got to do is untie myself. I'm so silly. So a change of perspective could be experienced, or somebody has a change of perspective of things, and that's not only allowing you or this person to come out of this, you know, energy associated with the hangman, but also brings things back into balance. There is oh my God, we have 3 freaking cards of balance. Yeah, definitely. There is, especially with swords too, communication. I feel like some kind of halting in communication. This could be for a quite a different things. It could be financial, you know, but with the Justice too, I am feeling that like somehow fate was involved in this as well. So it's because there was a need to kind of rest on your laurels. For some of you guys, you just need to rest, like literally rest. Sometimes you just need to rest, like slow down. The timing may not have been right yet. And especially because we do have the King of Pentacles, there could have been a need to kind of slow things down. But this is great because this is like stability, long lasting, a very secure offer. Like this offer has put a lot of thought into you, a lot of thought towards you. It is the slowest moving, but the confidence, the assurance, the knowing is the most secure. Like it's not like, you know, the swords or wands where it could be like kind of hasty or maybe impulsive. Like this is like well thought out, well planned out. Like this was strategic. Like this was like not just something they decided to text you like on the spur of the moment. No, they probably, this offer has been thought about for quite some time. quite some time, maybe have even held on or held off to offer this until I'm either hearing like the timing was right, or when like a light bulb went off, or like when a change of perspective has occurred, or seeing things in a new light. But yeah, you guys got a lot of good cards. So let's finish off you guys' reading with the Romance Angel cards here. And let's do that right now. So in case I didn't say that, I already went ahead and shuffled for the last two piles because I just wanted to save time. I do not know what cards are underneath here, but we did have two that I felt were together and one separate, and this one is reversed. So let's get that one out of the way. So we have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And you know what? That is kudos, because I was able to read that upside down. So, yeah, this opposite of that is that you are not at this time either attracting love in, or you're not being present at this time, or you don't trust that what it is you're calling for is coming for you, okay? I definitely need to get out of this situation here for sure. All right, because you know what? You deserve it. Oh, guys. And then we have the separation card. Time apart from your partners on the horizon. But if you look closely, they're actually in the same room, okay? And then we have the honeymoon card, which is enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So, you know, yeah. You guys there's definitely love coming in. Again, everybody's situations are different. So if you guys are been, like, let's say you guys are currently in like a relationship or commitment, you know, there could be like some kind of separation, maybe emotionally, you know, everything goes, you know, through phases. Others, you guys, maybe like one of you guys has to travel for like, you know, either like a holiday or like maybe work relationship here. And so if that's the case here, their message is to make sure you still stay present in the moment, okay? I know it's hard. I know that, you know, when you're like, I know it's hard, like relationships are very significant and important, but there's still a message here to just kind of stay in the moment here. And that could be where this Four of Swords energy is here, but I actually feel this is more like a past energy, or that if this is something, you know, for you, you just gotta have like a change of perspective here, okay? And then things will be much smoother, you know, next month in October. You know, that sometimes we just have to, you know, go on those work trips, or sometimes we might have to be separated for a plethora of reasons. It's just, but that person's actually always with you, okay? Like they're literally, and that way that he's clutching his heart, and the way that she's holding their hand, like you are always going to be on their heart and mind, okay? Like it's just a facade. As long as you like know that, which I believe that if this is like your group or your specific message, you guys know that. You guys like, there's no like, you don't like worry about like infidelity or anything like that. It's just that you'd be missing them, I feel like, more. But you know, this person's doing it because they want to build something long lasting for you. And sometimes we just need to be like alone and kind of like rest and kind of come back to ourselves and do our own thing here. But you know, I do see that, you know, by the end of August, even possibly maybe September for some of you guys, most by like I say by Labor Day, like because Labor Day is like right on September 1st. If this has been an energy of yours, you know, things will be much brighter. For others, you guys, if you are like inquiring about a person who's at some sort of distance with you, either physically or like a separation, or this could be like maybe you guys haven't been formally committed yet. You know, there's definitely an emotional offer here coming for you guys for sure. I am gonna go ahead and do one card for you guys. I just want to know a little bit more though. Some of you guys, there might actually be like a trip you guys take, if not, a message to spend some time together. Maybe like this offer is like, hey, you know what, like I want to spend more time with you. Maybe a message to bring things into balance. Not only going to do one card for you guys, because you actually did have like, you guys are the only group that actually had a really strong message here in regards to love. So can we at least get like a clarifier about this? For us, you guys, if you are like completely single, you know that you are calling in love. But a message too as well, because we do have a lot of cards with like a depiction of one person on there, that you need to, it starts with you guys, because you gotta love yourself to bring in love. You gotta be comfortable hanging out at home on a Saturday night by yourself, and you make it the most best date night of your time, okay? Emotional fulfillment starts with you, okay? You have to have your cup full first before you expect it from somebody else, okay? Don't necessarily like wait around for that to occur. And that could be maybe like what comes in for you guys for the month of August, is that you like realize, hey, I don't need to wait around for it. I'm just gonna live myself and my truth, and that it will come for you, okay? Definitely. And I do see that, you know, love is in the cards, you know. Some of you guys, it could be an age thing here. Okay, guys, so we got very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And the finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So I don't think it's necessarily, it could be for some of you guys. Okay, so I do feel like for some of you guys, there could be like a work trip really involved. Whatever your situation is. Other guys, there could have been like some issues in regards to finances here, or that the finances are looking better. Maybe like a change into work too. Maybe like there's a change into work. Or that a direction that's like more stable. I feel like, especially with the King of Pentacles, it could just be like stability and practicality is like going to be a more predominant factor now. And yeah, very soon. So it is very confirming the month of August here. So we can just get 1 to 2, 3. Three more cards for you guys, so we can finish your guys' reading here, okay? You know, again, this is general, so take what resonates here. My ear's ringing right now. I don't know what time it is though, but still quite early today. So maybe for some of you guys, it might come earlier than you expect. I don't know when. I wish I knew the moon cycle, but we're closer to the full moon than not. Also message too is to not be so isolated anymore. Like if you guys have been kind of isolated, maybe to not do that. Maybe this is a time to come out a little bit more. Yeah, we have the flirt. We have, you know, extend your lighthearted energies to others. So you definitely come out, you know, wherever you are, okay? Okay. Oh my God, guys. Okay. We're going to do one more, okay? I don't know if you can see this. We have the, oops, yeah, you guys can't see that. The past life relationship you have known each other before. So yeah, if you guys are asking about like somebody who's a past, you guys know, somebody that you have some kind of past relationship with that you are currently not with. I don't know. I don't think it's any more prominent. Yeah. This might be one of those piles. Like, I feel like if this is like that pile where it's like, you guys are all like, oh my gosh, I'm in separation. Oh my God, we just broke up. Or is my person thinking of me? So, Mercury retrograde does bring people back from the past. So let me get any final messages here. Okay, and we're done. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, this is sweet. I like it because it's not like, I like to keep it general. So we do have the stay optimistic about your love life. So yeah, this is definitely about love for you guys, but it could be self-love, romantic, family love, and positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So again, whether you're single, whether you are with somebody, calling it in, separated, it's all about that positive thinking, okay guys? You gotta bring it in. And yes, this is your soulmate. So yeah, and it's interesting, this has like a hand too.
I think August for you guys is going to be like a very significant game-changing month for you because of a significant relationship or partnership. Yeah. And whatever that pertains for you guys. And I'm excited to hear how that goes for you guys. So that is your guys' message, because let's keep it kind of surprising here. You know what I'm saying? Like, let the universe surprise you too. But anyways, guys, that's what we have for what's happening for you guys in the month of August 2025. I'm so glad I'm finally done with these. Let me know how that resonates and comment below. Let me know on September 2nd. I'll give you guys the first off for the holiday. How it came about for you guys, you know, how things are looking for you now. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, right? That's what they always say. And also let me know, guys. I'm pretty open-minded. But anyways, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a most amazing August. I hope that things are much better for the rest of the year and into 2026 for you guys. Anyways, take care.